Here is the menu that I'm going to design with the help of HTML and CSS. This is a very clean and small menu, so it will not take much time. I am using these icons from Google Icons. These are not font awesome icons. Just this Google logo is from that place. Let's start doing this. I am using the VS Code editor. Here is the HTML file. Just press the exclamation mark once you have saved your HTML file and enter. You have created the HTML file. Now you need to link the CSS file, the style file. Just press the / to access the href or the folders within your website. Now you have the access to the CSS. Within this folder, here is the file that I have already created. Now we need to link the font awesome as well. For that, press the / again, press CSS FA. Within that folder we have the CSS folder. Click on that. Now you can click on this. You have added the font awesome as well. Now we need to link the Google icons. Here is the Google website, icons website. Just copy this link, paste it over here. You are done with this part as well. Now within the body we need to create the header. I am going to give it the same name. Within this we need to create some sections differently. First section is going to be those buttons at the top. I'm going to give that a class name of action. If you want to see where is this coming from, these three icons will be part of the action. Okay. Within this we need to create span. I will duplicate it 3 times. Also, I would love to show you when you hover on these icons, they are changing their color differently. They are not just one color. I will also show you how to do that. Just continue doing this. After this section we need to create another section. We'll give it a name of log or logo. Within this, first we need to copy the Google logo. Also, I must tell you, I have already copied the icons to speed up the process, so I'm not looking for those icons here and there. Here is the Google icon, Google logo icon. This. After this I will copy this 3 dots, that means more. We are done with this section as well. Now we need to create another section. We'll give it a class name of icons. Within this, all we have to do is copy these icons right from here up to here. These icons. So we'll go over to the HTML file. That's all. Now we need to create another section for the button. I can just make it anything section. I will give it a class of enter. Within this we need to post this icon, this last icon, that is northeast, the arrow. We are done with the HTML. Now if I save this file, since the server is already running, I will stop and restart that. Here is how our website is looking right now. Let's go to the CSS file. We are done with the HTML. First we need to remove the default margin padding like things provided by the browser. I will make them 0. Let's reset them. Also you need to add this line, that is border box sizing. I will make it border box. It's important to add this line. If you are not adding this line, then sometimes the browser adds a horizontal scroll bar at the bottom of the page, which is very hard to get rid of. Now within the body we need to give it a width of 100%, that is view width 100 VW. height again 100 VH means view height. We need to give it the background image, the kind of leaf image. Just press a URL. Then within this, to access, press the / again. Now you have the access to the img folder. Within this I have this file. That's enough. Now we need to make sure this image is not repeating. Make it no repeat. Also the background image size should be cover. If I am saving it now, let me show you. The image is looking very large. If I write R over here and save, now you can see the image is properly sized. That is the purpose of doing this thing. We are done with this thing. Now we need to style the header. Within the header, what we need to do, we need to give it some width. I will make it 10 VW, means 10% of the view. Height, make it 90 VH. Padding, just give it a small value, 4 pixels is fine. Also border radius, that is this box should be rounded. I will just keep it blank for now so you can see what's happening. I will save it and you can see nothing happened because we have not given the background color. I will make it white so it's very much visible. Now to place this thing in the center of the page, we need to give the margin. At the top we need to make it 4% or any value, and the left and right should be auto. Now this thing is at the center. We have given it a padding of 4 pixels. Now we need to style the other things. We'll give it the border radius so it is rounded a bit, 8 pixels. That's fine. I will make it 12 pixels. The width, the 10 is fine. That's fine. Now we need to create those 3 icons. The class of that section is action. First I need to make it display flex. Justify content means where should those icons be? They should be at the start, that is flex start. That should be enough. Now within the action class we have some spans, ACTION. So the first child is a span. We need to style that. It should have a background color of red. It should have a padding of merely 4 pixels is enough. What else? Border radius, I will give it a huge value so it is rounded. Now you can see that red icon. We need to create it 3 times. I will just duplicate this thing. Shift Option down arrow. You can duplicate it this way. Now we need to change things over here. It is not the first child. The second should be nth child. Give it a value of 2 here. Then over here we need to make it last child, not the first child or nth child. We can make the nth child, that works. Now we need to change the color. The second icon should be yellow, kind of yellowish tint. This works. And this one should be greenish. If you look at the Mac OS, here are the icons which I am replicating. It is not the exact reading, not the exact values. Now we need to give it some more thing. Within the action, instead of giving them individual values, I will go this way. Within the action, every span element should have a margin to the right of, how about 6 pixels. That worked, and we are done with this part as well. Let's go to the second section, that is logo. To style this thing we need to make it display flex. It should be horizontal, vertical, top to bottom. So the flex direction should be column. Let's see what happened now. That's nice. We need to put these things in the center. Let's do the justify content. Justify content is for the main axis. For the cross axis it is align items in the center. Let's see if that worked. That worked. Now we need to give it some margin at the top. We could use the margin as well to place this thing in the center. We have a lot of options. At the top it should have a margin of around 20 pixels. Let's see how is that working. That's not quite working. 40 pixels is fine. We are done with this. Now we have another section that has a class of icons. We need to make it display flex. Also the flex direction should be column, top to bottom. Let's see what happened now. They are working. Now to put them in the center, align items in the center. That's working. Now we need to give them some space, some breathing space. So within the icons, every span element, those icons should have a margin at the bottom of around 12 pixels. Let's see if that worked. That is a very small value. How about 20 pixels? Make it 30 maybe. That looks nice. Now icons, the margin at the top, this whole section, the margin at the top should be larger. Let's make it 40 pixels. I think I have already added this value. Is it working fine? I can increase it. Let's give it some breathing space. I could use the percents as well instead of writing these exact values, these hard-coded pixel values. That's looking nice. We need to give them some opacity. so they are not very very dark. So opacity over here in the icons should be 0.9. Now they are looking a little lighter. Also, let's first style the last section. The last section has a class of enter. Let's make it background color light gray. That's fine. Border radius, we'll make it large value so it is rounded. Let's give it some height of no, the width of width of 20 pixels, so it is not totally rounded. I will make it larger. 40 pixels is fine, or 30. I will make it 40. Let's give the padding now. Padding of 4 pixels. You can see the icon is very huge. Now within the enter, we have a span element, that is the icon. It should be scaled down. Transform, scale, make it 0.8. Is that working? We can make it smaller. 7 is okay. Seems fine. Now we need to put it in the center. We should use the margin. At the top, it should have a margin of 40 pixels and auto from left to right. That is not the value to put over here. It should be entered at the parent, that is the enter. That's working fine. Now we need to put this arrow at the center, so the align text align in the center. That thing should work. It has not quite worked. How about display flex, justify content, center? We should apply all the options. This thing has worked. We are done with most of the things. Well, now we need to do the things upon hover. When we hover, these icons should change color differently. If you look over here, they are changing color, but it's all different colors. It's not the same color. Within the icons, I will do the styling now. Within the icons, nth child, every even element, when it is hovered, hover, hover, its color should become red. Let's see if that is working. That has not worked. What is the reason? It is not icon, it is icons. You can see they are changing to red, but it is happening immediately. I will do one thing. Transition, no, transition should have a, I will do it again. Transition duration of 200 milliseconds. Also, they should scale up. Let's transform, scale 1.2. That's looking nice. Now we need to repeat this thing again. Within the icons, every odd element upon hover should change its background color to blue. Let's see if that's happening. It should not be background color, it should be color only. We are dealing with the text or the icons like this. Now you can see it's all different colors. This thing could be done with the help of JavaScript, but CSS has evolved or right a lot, so these things are happening with the help of CSS only. I think we are done with most of the things. What we need to do now is, when you hover on this icon, it should change to red. The name of this thing is enter. When we hover on this enter, hover, the color, background color should become red, color of the text should become white. Is that happening? Yes, that's happening. We can add that transition duration also to make it nice. Also, now we need to do this little effect. If I hover on this thing, you can see it is scaling up a bit. What we do, let's do it again over here. When we hover on the header, hover, its width should become 11 VW. Also, we need to add few more values. Within the header, we need to transition duration should be 300 milliseconds. Transition delay should be 100 milliseconds. Let's see if it is doing anything now. You can see a little subtle effect is happening. We can change the duration timing to make it nice, maybe 500. Now it is happening slowly and so that's looking nice. We can do a lot of things over here to make it nice, but you have got the idea how to create this kind of menu with the help of CSS only. Thank you. Have a great day.